My name is Daniel Glick, and I directed A Place to Stand, which is going to be screening on Sunday morning at 10.
What's your film about?
The film is about a poet named Jimmy Santiago Baca, who went to prison in the 1970s, basically illiterate, barely read, barely write, and he came out 4.5 years later, published all around the country, celebrated by some of the biggest poets in the country at the time, and it's about this really radical transformation that he went through when he was in this extremely violent, dangerous prison.
Yeah. What made you want to make a film about this?
Well, he wrote a memoir. Jimmy wrote a memoir about his story, also called A Place to Stand, and I read the memoir. The long story is I visited a prison, and that just shocked me, deeply. I've never been in a prison before. I never knew kind of the depth of how it really just destroys the people inside. And the inmate there, he gave me Jimmy's book called A Place to Stand. He said, if you want to understand prison more, you should read this. So I read the book, and that blew me away in kind of the rawness and the power of it. And so then I just sent an email to Jimmy. I looked him up on the web, and I was like, hey man, your book is amazing. Could I make a movie about it? And he said, okay.
So how long have you been working on the film?
It was a process of 4 years. Well, 4 years since I first read the book. It took me a year to get the balls to go out there, and I went to New Mexico, and once I got to New Mexico, it was a process of about 3 years from start to finish.
And all of the filming was done in New Mexico?
Most of it was done in New Mexico in terms of interviews with Jimmy and some of the visuals, but we did a lot in Arizona. We did interviews all around the country with people who were connected to Jimmy's story. And then we filmed in a prison in Montana, which was very similar to the prison that he was in the 70s in Arizona. My name is Daniel Glick, and I'm the director of A Place to Stand.